I've definitely learned how to do my best under pressure. That's another reason why I call this channel Lose Life Pearls, because pearls form under pressure. They're beautiful. They're not perfect, they're uneven. If you look at a real pearl, it's not perfectly round. And to me, that's what life is. But yeah, so talking about doing better under pressure. Definitely, like when I'm pressed for time, I'm actually more efficient. I'm better at doing the things that I need to do because I know that I'm not gonna have the time. When I have more time, it's almost like I deceive myself. I have all these little tasks I said that I want to do this whole time while we're at home. I've done most of them, but a lot slower than I normally would, to be honest. Which is okay. There's definitely value in taking your time. Be here now and just like have fun in the moment. I know I probably could paint this faster, but ultimately it's gonna get done and it'll help my husband with whatever he's wanting to do down here. My best volleyball games when I used to play was always when we were neck and neck. Always when we were neck and neck. If we were far ahead, I mean, we might win, but it wasn't like my best game. Like, I'm not a very passive person, especially in relationships. If there's an issue that I feel needs to be talked about, I'll talk about it. But with being so straightforward, sometimes I lose that like personability. Like, especially when it comes to confrontations, I'll just say exactly what I'm thinking and the points that I want to make. It's like, I'm just like, bloop, there it is. What do you have to say? And the person's like, why are you talking to me like that? I'm very direct. Like, opinions come off sounding like facts. Guess I need to work on it. It's hard to do in the moment when you're thinking about the point you want to make and you're like, okay, don't come across so straight like I just am. I hate when people say, I just fill in the blank, because it's like the weakest thing that you can say. You're like not willing to work on yourself. I hate when people say that. That's not just the way I am. That is the way I am right now, and I need to change that. I get more rigid when I am trying to figure out what the other person's expectations are instead of just letting the conversation flow. Learning to just be okay with myself and just learning the importance of getting myself across and what I need out of the conversation. And then I'm okay with the conversation because I said what I need to say. I don't know if I really needed to do this. I'm not gonna cut into the ceiling because I don't want that pressure, even though I said I do well under pressure. Sometimes I would rather not take on the main responsibility so that if something goes wrong, it's not my fault. Ever notice how like we turn into people's perception of us? You're a kid and your parents tell you you're great and awesome and smart and cool and fun. It kind of like builds who you think you are. You almost kind of become that. But it's true in adulthood. Someone tells you that you're great at your job, you're one of a kind, you're special, you're important, valuable. Or the opposite, someone tells you what you're bad at. You almost kind of become bad at it, even if it's not true. I know with a lot of projects, I'm a lot different at how I do it if I know someone's watching me. I think that's how a lot of people are. You know, you're in school and you have like a process evaluation you have to do where you have to go through the process of something you just learned and you're being graded on it. You almost do differently at it than when you're not being watched. It's weird how that element of being watched just makes you feel, I don't know, it can be something you do all the time, but someone watches you and you feel different. driving. I think I'm definitely a worse driver when my mom is in the car or my husband is in the car. They always comment about my driving. I'm pokey and I take tight turns and fast stops. Someone tells you something negative about yourself, you would think that you would be the opposite in front of them to prove them wrong, which sometimes of course we are. Someone's kind of feeding you their perception of you, and repetitively enough times you start to believe it yourself. It almost manifests into who you are. It's interesting. At least I've noticed that in my life. I'm not saying this is true for every single and all situations. I'm just a person painting in my basement with my nice long socks. Did I even explain these socks? I don't know if I did. Might just be thinking I just like long socks. Looking into the health benefits of wearing compression socks is interesting, and the type of job that I have. Good to prevent blood clots or just a buildup of blood in your veins. Trying to use as little paint as possible. I am just trying to make our resources go as long as they can. I'm trying not to spend too much on this basement while we are staying at home. I think all too often we get so focused on the end goal that we don't appreciate the process. Like obviously, can't wait for the basement to be done. Of course, that will be great. But you know how much time goes into it? To not appreciate all the time you spend down here would be terrible. Might as well enjoy what you're doing along the way. You can literally say that about any chore. It's like everyone wants the dishes done, but you gotta put soap in the dishwasher, you gotta put soap in the sink, you gotta dry them up, you gotta put them away. You don't just get them done. So you want the yard mowed. Well, you gotta get the mower out of the garage and make sure that it has gas and pick up the stuff in the yard. And you gotta clean the mower afterward, or if you have an extensive process with your yard, you might do even more. You don't just mow. No one ever really knows what goes into what you do. So like, at your job, you can say that you're a mechanic, for instance. Everyone knows what a mechanic is, but no one really knows your job, what you do differently from every other mechanic. Even other mechanics who know everything a mechanic does cannot say what you do. We all have different ways that we bring value to the table. Maybe you're the person that cooks or cleans or does the laundry, or maybe you're the person that mows the yard or does the house projects or takes out the trash or fixes the problems, or maybe you're the one that plans the meals or gets the finances together or decorate. No one knows how you do it. No one knows your house, your home, your standards, how you do things, how you coordinate it all. No one really knows because they're not you. You ever feel like in a work review, like you have to list out everything you do? I mean, everyone knows your title, right? So they should know what you do. There are unique things that you do. It's important to share your value, explain your value, because no one knows like you do. It's hard for us to take criticism when we know all the things we do. You know, we almost don't want to hear it from somebody when they tell us what we don't do, because we know the things that we are doing. Reviews are hard, right? You hear the stuff that you should be doing better. We almost want to say, how dare them for telling me that I should be doing that because I did this, this, and this. Yeah, but you're not doing this that they talked about over here. That doesn't have anything to do with the criticism that they gave you. Take criticism, it's good, it's constructive, you'll grow. You ever find yourself in that argument with your spouse where they tell you you're not doing something and you want to just tell them everything they're not doing? Doesn't matter what they're not doing. The point of the argument is started out talking about what you're not doing. Focus on you. Because no one's perfect, and there is going to be stuff that they're not doing too. But that's not the point of the conversation. Do you really want to hash out all the ways that you both are not perfect in every single argument? Hear what your person who loves you is telling you about yourself. Be able to listen to criticism from people that aren't perfect, because every person is not perfect. If you take criticism by pointing your finger in the other direction, how dare they tell me that because they don't do this, this, and this? Not gonna get any better. And just focus on yourself. You don't need to turn it into the other direction. It is important to advocate for yourself, though. It is good to let everyone know if it affects them, the things that you are doing that they might not know you do. But it doesn't make their criticism any less valid because you do a million other little things. And now I'm enjoying the end goal, and I enjoyed the process. Thanks for listening to my ramblings as I worked on my little project down here.